The movie begins in New York City, where a fire department reports that a warehouse in Brooklyn is on fire. According to them, 6 people are trapped in the fire. A reporter named Kate Bradley from Channel 12 is heading towards the location to cover the story. She reaches there along with a cameraman named Josh. There they realize that the police are not allowing the media to go near the house. However, Kate is determined to get the exclusive footage before the other channels. Thus she asks Josh to distract the police officers. The trick works, and she crosses the barricade with the camera. There she starts recording the scene with firefighters trying to rescue people. After a bit, a big block falls from the second floor onto Kate. Fortunately, the firefighter rescues her and tells her to go away. Afterward, Kate exits the place and immediately goes live to share the exclusive footage with the viewers. Later, Kate's boss David Dial praises Kate and Josh for their efforts. However, David informs Kate that he received a call from their legal department. He mentions that the department warns about such dangerous stunts. Kate responds that they will not mind after seeing the ratings. When returning home, Kate receives a call from his dad named Ashok Bradley. His father shows concern for her after seeing the fire report. During their talk, Ashok suggested Kate cover political news as it's safer. However, Kate mentions that she loves to cover exciting news. Then Ashok mentions his fundraiser event and asks Kate to join. Kate tells him that she is not interested in political events. However, she agrees after Ashok insists on her a lot. The next day at the office, all the reporters have a meeting with David and he assigns tasks to all the reporters. Then, David asks Kate to cover a story about a woman finding a bag with cash on her porch. Kate doesn't seem happy as she wants to cover more exciting news. Yet, David refuses and informs her that the executives no longer want her to cover bumper beat news. Consequently, she's left with no choice but to undertake the task assigned to her. After that, Kate and Josh go to meet a woman named Christina who finds a bag with cash. Christina tells her that she found a bag with $100,000 on her porch. Moreover, Christina mentions that she is going through a hard time, and it's a big help for her family. Kate asks if there is any note with the bag. Christina tells her there is no note, and she believes that it's a miracle. Later, Kate and Josh discuss the news. Kate suspects that it might be drug or robbery money. Then she points out the number 8 symbol on the bag and considers it a possible marketing gimmick. Kate tells Josh that she thinks whoever is behind this has a motive. Afterward, Kate attends her father's fundraiser event. There, Ashok introduces Kate to one of his donors named Jack Henson. Ashok mentions that Jack wants Kate to cover her business story. However, Kate expresses her disinterest in politics. Then Jack requests her number, inviting her to dinner, but Kate declines. She avoids engaging with her father's political acquaintances due to uncertainty about people's intentions. Subsequently, Kate leaves to pursue a lead on the story she's covering. Later, another woman contacts the station and informs Kate that she also found a bag with cash on her doorstep. She provides her address for Kate to meet her but requests that no camera be brought along. After reaching there, Marie asks Kate, who is behind this, but Kate tells her that she also doesn't know. Then Marie tells Kate that she is already well settled and doesn't need the money. She is an oncologist who works at Parkland Hospital. Thus, Kate inquires what she will do with the money. Marie tells Kate that she is planning to donate the money for pancreatic cancer research. Because it's an underfunded field and this disease affects many people. Thus, Kate shows interest in interviewing Marie and mentions that this will help draw attention to the research. But Marie refuses and tells her that she can't compromise her privacy. However, she permits Kate to publish her story in the news anonymously. Later in the news studio, she informs David about her lead on the story. Meanwhile, their news station receives a phone call from the Upper West Side. A man named Jesse informs them that he, too, has received a bag of cash. Kate and Josh rush to interview the person. There, Jesse informs them that he already has footage of the guy on the security camera, but his face is covered with a cap. Then Kate questions Jesse about how this money will change his life. He tells her that he suffered a back injury a while ago and spent a lot of his savings. Thus this money will help him pay off his debts. Later, the news goes viral, and the mysterious man becomes famous. Everyone starts calling him the Good Samaritan, which refers to a person who selflessly helps others. Everyone is curious about who Good Sam is and why he is giving money to strangers. Although the story is getting a lot of attention, David asks Kate to gather some solid information. Furthermore, he suggests she seek help from Susan, who is also a reporter. However, Kate says that Good Sam is her story, she doesn't want any interference. Later, Kate stays at the office until late at night to do research. Then she informs David that she has found a solid clue. She mentions that the people who received money live all over the city with different backgrounds and professions. However, the second and third recipients, Marie and Jesse, found their homes through the same firm called Inniswell. Not only that, they both worked with the same realtor named Patrick Hayes. Thus, this could be a publicity stunt by the firm to become famous. Then, David asks Kate to contact Patrick Hayes to get more information. The next day, Kate and Josh go to the Inniswell firm to meet Patrick Hayes. However, the receptionist doesn't know about his presence and asks her to wait. Luckily, Kate gets the address of Patrick Hayes' partner Eric Hayes and decides to meet him. There, Eric realizes that he encountered Kate before at the warehouse. Eventually, she finds out that he is the same firefighter who saved her from the fire that night. However, she explains to him that she is looking for Good Sam. Eric tells Kate that he is Patrick Hayes' brother. Moreover, he informs her that Patrick died 5 months ago and he can't help her anymore. On their way back, Kate receives a call and realizes that it's Jack. Jack asks her to reconsider her decision to have dinner with him and she agrees. Meanwhile, David texts Kate and says that a girl in Staten Island got a bag of money with a note. So, they quickly go interview her. The girl named Faith tells Kate that the note says it's for her to go to law school. She explains that law school has always been her dream, but she doesn't have enough money. Later that evening, Kate has dinner with Jack. They discuss the Good Sam story, and Jack mentions that the news is all over the place. The next morning, Kate announces during her broadcast that their news channel has received thousands of phone calls, emails, and videos. They also display clips of many people expressing their hopes to be chosen by Good Sam. One of their youngest viewers, Sylvia, asks Good Sam for help. She explains that her mother is sick and they need money to buy her medicines. Later, David asks about the progress of the Good Sam story. Kate informs him that there is no lead. After a while, a person named Tyler arrives at their news office and claims to be Good Sam. This piques everyone's curiosity, and Kate goes to meet him in person. Tyler tells her that he developed an app that was purchased by a large company, and he decided to share his wealth with others. While talking, Kate asks him questions about the people he helped. However, she realizes that he's lying and is not Good Sam. The following morning, Kate and Josh go to meet Christina for a follow-up interview. Christina explains how Good Sam has transformed her life and inspired her to help others as well. She shares an example of buying a car for her neighbor who struggles to get to work. Later, Channel informs their viewers about how Good Sam's actions are motivating people to support each other. In the afternoon, David asks Kate and Josh to head to the Hope Watson building because their van is closest to the location. He informs Kate that a construction worker is trapped, hanging over 100 feet above the ground. A rescue team from the fire department is also present. When Kate arrives, she realizes that one of the rescuers is Eric. He successfully saves the construction worker, and Kate reports the news in a live broadcast. After the incident, Kate approaches Eric intending to interview him. However, Eric expresses that he doesn't want to be in the news. Kate tells him that he's like a hero who saves people in dangerous situations. While they talk, Kate receives information about Good Sam and decides to leave, but they agreed to meet later at Central Park for further discussion. Later at the office, David informs Kate that management doesn't want her to continue working on the Good Sam story. However, Kate argues that Good Sam is her story. Then, David explains that the management wants a senior reporter to cover the story. Thus, they have decided that Susan will take over from now on. Despite this setback, Kate doesn't give up on following the Good Sam story out of curiosity. In the afternoon, Kate receives a message from an unknown person. The texter claims to be Good Sam and tells her that money will be left at John Baylor's house. Moreover, he shares John's address and asks Kate to verify it herself. Kate and Josh decide to visit John's place. There, John confirms receiving a bag of money. He also mentions that Sylvia is the reason Good Sam chose them, as she had requested help during an interview before. Later, she meets Jack at the park and they discuss their lives. Eric asks Kate to have dinner with him during her free time. Meanwhile, Kate receives another message from Good Sam, who asks her to meet in a parking lot. However, he instructs her to come alone without a cameraman. Upon hearing this, Eric advises her not to go, fearing the risk involved. Kate, though, insists that it's her job and she will meet him. Eventually, Eric insists on accompanying Kate to ensure her safety. At night, Kate waits in the parking lot and stays in touch with Eric. Suddenly, a luxury car arrives, and Jack steps out. Kate is shocked as Jack reveals that he is the real Good Sam. He invites her to get into the car so he can explain everything. Eric tries to intervene, but Kate assures him that Jack is a family friend. At the restaurant, Jack elaborates that the number 8 is significant to him, and after making an $800,000 investment, he decided to help people. He hired someone to distribute the money anonymously to avoid attention. However, Kate requests an interview with Jack, and he agrees. Furthermore, Kate asks him to provide receipts of the money withdrawals as evidence. The next day, Kate breaks the news in an interview with Jack. Jack reveals that he intended to share his investment profits with financially unstable individuals. After the interview, Kate and Jack go out to eat, but moments later another channel finds them and rushes to interview Jack. Jack provides the same answers to their questions, which Kate finds suspicious. Later, she questions Jack about this, and he explains that he rehearsed for the interview many times. Following that, Kate's interview with Jack gained millions of views, and their channel achieved the highest ratings in history. Additionally, a woman initiates a Good Samaritan club to help people. In the morning, Kate takes Jack to meet Christina, the recipient of the initial $100,000. There, Jack recounts a different story about how he came across her, which raises Kate's doubts. In the evening, during a dinner party, Kate discovers that Jack is running for Congress. This realization makes Kate understand that he used the Good Sam tactic as part of his campaign strategy. However, she keeps this realization to herself. At night, Kate goes to Eric's house for dinner. There, she notices a photograph of Eric with his brother and a friend. Then, Eric explains that they used to go sailing with his brother. However, he hasn't sailed since his brother's death, and he feels guilty for not being able to save him. Later, Kate and other reporters examine Jack's withdrawal receipts and realize that he only gave $100,000 to 4 individuals. Furthermore, Jack spent the initial $400,000 on a political agency for his campaign. This clarifies that Jack cannot be the Good Sam, as he didn't provide money to the initial 4 recipients. Upon realizing this, she goes to Jack's office and confronts him about knowing the truth. Jack attempts to defend himself by claiming that he did it to make her happy. This only infuriates Kate more, and she leaves. After that, she reunites with all 4 initial recipients of the money. Firstly, she notices that Jesse has the same tattoo as seen in the photo at Eric's house. When she questions Jesse, he confirms that he is Patrick's friend and that they used to work together on the sailboat named Crazy 8. Next, she meets Christina and finds that she used to work as a babysitter for Patrick and Eric. Meanwhile, Marie is Patrick's doctor, and Faith is an employee at Patrick's company. Finally, Kate finds the real Good Sam. Later she confronts Eric and reveals that she has uncovered his identity. She asks him how he obtained the money. Eric explains that Patrick's boat was destroyed, and he received a $400,000 insurance payout. Realizing that his friends were more deserving of the money, he decided to distribute it to them. The following day, Kate breaks the news that Jack is not the real Good Sam, and the actual Good Sam wishes to remain anonymous. However, she mentions that Good Sam has inspired many people to follow in his footsteps. The next scene shows Kate and Eric sitting in the park, sharing a sweet kiss. Meanwhile, a girl approaches Kate and informs her that she and her friends have received a college scholarship. However, she doesn't know where it came from. Later, Kate asks Eric if he is responsible for all of this, and he denies it. Nevertheless, Kate shows her intention to cover this story as well.